Not sure I would have done that. I know it's all hit the bat at the moment. Because of that, the opportunity of taking the wicket. Maiden over then. Well, Amir Yamin. West Indies none for none.
Remember me, I'm the one who had you, baby. Remember me, I'm the one who had you, baby.
Sahel Tanvir then. Bowl second over with the breeze. Left arm. Can get a little bit of movement late. And be up against the universe boss, who's due.
Batted well, 33, so confidence will be high. Chris Gayle, previous game, as you mentioned, out to Ryan Sidebottom, a left arm medium fast bowler.
Fourth maiden of the competition. Last first over. Got fourth umpire on my mind there for some reason. Might be time for a bit of coffee, I think. That's what it might be. Whoa, yeah. Lovely coffee. Nice flapjack to go with it. Bit of sweetness and bit of coffee. Don't need any sugar, thank you very much. Just a normal coffee.
Wait.
Just a single shot. Don't be over greedy.
Cork on a double shot. That would be a sight for sore eyes. Comes here every game. Nathan, he owns the cart. He's here every game. 4-day cricket, T20, 50 over cricket. Local lad, loves his rugby, love the Saints. Saints back with silverware in the cabinet. It's been a lean few years for the Saints, but wonderful victory not long ago down in London.
It's that ball that just comes back in. He's trying to get him, trying to get a single, he's trying to hit it into the gap. And it's not easy at the moment. Pakistan have come out. Both seamers have hit length and line beautifully.
Lovely skills, Sahel Tanvir. I just wonder now, might be a decent option for a slower ball, but wide of the off stump. You feel Chris Gayle's going to have to go here. 9 dots. Sahel Tanvir's got an excellent slower ball. If he could take it out of Chris Gayle's reach, might get one skewed straight in the air.
Just feels something's building here. Big shot is building. That's a good delivery. Still would like to see a slip in place. No, it's easy from up here, but there's just something in the surface.
Amazing action, Corky, isn't it? Not just the feet, but how the ball is released from his hand. It looked like almost like a fast leg cutter. It did just hold its line. As a batter, you're always expecting it just to come back in.
And another opportunity here to go back-to-back maidens. Before we started our games here on Monday, Northamptonshire, or the Northant Steelbacks, had a T20 game on this surface, and there was 3 maidens bowled in that over. David Willey 2, Ben Sanderson 1 against Durham. Right, are we going to get another maiden? We certainly aren't. Off the mark then for Chris Gayle, and the West Indies, 2 gone, 1 without loss.
You never forget your first. Then 1 becomes 2. And 2 becomes something else entirely. There's the one that gets you noticed. And the one that got away. It's only a matter of time. Buy, sell and exchange authentic pre-owned watches safely and securely. Watchfinder, the pre-owned watch specialist.
Champions winning by 29 runs. Sahil Tanvir with 4 for 14. Afridi 3 for 41. Looking for their first wicket here in the power play. 198 still required. I like that. Lovely length. At some stage, I can assure you now, it'll either be Gale or Smith will be trying to hit one of these balls out of Northampton. They won't wait long.
Well, they can't wait long. Requires 11.1. Currently going at less than 0.46 per over. Great start here from the men in green.
He's just waiting for width or over pitched. That's what he wants. I told you, he's going to swing now. He's done with blocking. He's had enough. He's such a good player, Chris Gale. He doesn't worry about run rates because he can just wait and get used to. Took the risk, missed it. Just 1 from the over, 3 overs done, and the West Indies 2 without loss.
With generative AI on AWS, companies are already transforming how they work to generate new ideas and turn experiments into reality. AWS has innovative tools and services, so you can quickly build and scale generative AI with security built in. With generative AI on AWS, businesses can push the boundaries of innovation.
I've just had a message on the social media. Somebody wants Jimmy Anderson in the WCL next year. Somebody who has got in touch with me, Jimmy Anderson for the WCL. I was talking to Stuart Broad yesterday as well. Maybe you imagine that, Stuart Broad, Jimmy Anderson in the England side. Saw Brian Lara yesterday. Imagine having him here as well. Wow. Carl Hoopler. Oh, little edge. This one kept down. Seen Brian Lara playing a few legends, and what a player.
Yeah, I read some of his comments yesterday. Did an interview. Brian Lara is quite scathing of Cricket West Indies and the administration, and now they haven't kept up to speed with facilities and infrastructure. I'm sure in the Caribbean, when Brian Lara talks cricket, people, they take note.
There's just a little conversation there between Yunus Khan, who's at mid-off, and Sahil Khan. Is this a slower? Oh, I thought he said bowler, slower ball. Direct hit, all close. Yunus Khan, does he make it? I think they think he makes it. He said he was on the edge. Remember, he's a tall man, he's not quick, but once he gets going, Chris Gale, he's got a big stride.
Yeah, Mo Azim sends it upstairs. Steve O'Shaughnessy is the third umpire. I think he was all right. Felt like he was safe. You're right, it took him a little while to get going, Corky, but as you mentioned, once the legs started turning and the hamstrings loosened up, it doesn't take him long to get down the other end.
Or just to answer that guy, I think there's so many people who probably have watched this thinking, they've been so happy with the performances of the teams throughout this year's Ease My Trip World Championship of Legends. It can only get bigger and better. I think we've both done Legends tournaments around the world, and the fitness of these teams has got a lot better. Commitment has got a lot better as well, and it can only get bigger and better.
Yeah, a bit of work for England too, I think, getting their selection and squad right.
Possibly more teams, New Zealand, Sri Lanka.
I think Bangladesh would be a good addition.
Bangladesh.
Fan base would be exceptional. This part of the world, there's lots of Bangladeshi fans.
Ireland.
No, I like the idea of a Team Europe. So a bit of Ireland, Scotland, Netherlands, Italy, Germany, Jersey.
Maybe stick a few English in there, then we might have a decent side.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's okay. It's a very enjoyable tournament, I must say. All the tournaments you go around and work on, we've been looked after so well. Northampton, up in Birmingham. Standard of cricket has been really good.
Yeah, and it's not just what we're just showing you the English commentary box. On the other side of the indoor school is the Hindi com box as well. Let's see who's on there. Is it Waqar Younis on the right? No, it's Atul Wasan and Deep Das Gupta on the left.
Deep still talking about that LBW.
Probably, absolutely. He probably is. We're probably about the right distance apart, me and Deep, with that LBW decision. The top men are in the middle. The hard workers now then got all of this. Had to try and hit something. And couldn't allow him keep bowling length. So a boundary to finish, 4 overs done. West Indies champions, 7 without loss. West Indies. And family and friends, and a Pakistan owner as well, and background there. So right, Yamin with his third outside edge. This is going to run away for a boundary. Got excited there because I just saw a leaning edge. So Gale has his first boundary.
Not far off hitting the back of the bat, I reckon here. Chris Gale trying to turn it leg side. Thick outside edge, big blade. Chris Gale always has a big heavy bat. Couple of bounces over the ropes for 4. So back-to-back boundaries for the West Indies champions. A little bit fortuitous, but boundaries nonetheless.
I think Gale is going to look to go here. I think he's going to look to try and hit him here this over. Absolutely. I just knew I'd sense that something was coming from him. He's had enough with this length bowling and just prodding at it. It's time now to show you what the Universe Boss is all about.
Didn't travel though. Looked like he got it close to the middle of the blade, but maybe a little bit low on the bat. So still not quite into top gear here, Chris Gale. Probably working around second gear at the moment, but trying to go through the gears quickly. He's one player, Corky, that can go from first to second to fifth and skip 3 and 4.
and also one player who can just get that run rate back to under 10s and take a game away from you. So it looks like they're putting out a deep mid-wicket now, and third has come up into the circle. Now, has he just picked him out? No, he hasn't. He's gone over the top of Wahab Riaz. First Ease My Trip 6 of the innings.
More like Chris Gayle. Good footwork. Doesn't give the game away early, Chris Gayle, when he decides to come down the pitch. So it doesn't give the bowler that much time to maybe change his plan. And that was more out of the middle. Still low on the bat.
Yeah, you can just sense now that because of what he's just done in those first 3 deliveries now, there's pressure now on Amir Yamin.
Still think that Amir Yamin can stick to the same plan, because he's had Chris Gayle in some trouble. Yes, he's been donked over mid-wicket for a 6 and a boundary, but I still feel if he can hold that heavy length with that little bit of a way shape, there's a chance to find the outside edge. I don't think he needs to change his plan that much here, Corky.
No, do you keep bowling that length? That's just top of the bails and see if he can hit you out the park. Can't do that. Can't give him any width. He'll just stand up on his toes and cut you away.
Start to this innings. First 4 overs, not much at all, and then one big over. And that's what you need. Another big over, another good over. And that's been the template at this venue, Abhishek. You try not to lose too many wickets up front with a new ball. And there's enough for the batters after that.
When you look at the West Indian batters, they're such confident batters in terms of power hitting, in terms of boundary hitting. For a lot of teams, when they look at the required rate of 11.45, they start panicking, they start getting under a lot of pressure. And when you've got ability to hit 6s and 4s for fun, you don't actually feel that pressure.
Yeah, absolutely not. It's a very different approach to T20 cricket as far as West Indies cricket is concerned. They'll be looking at number of 4s and 6s. In the Pakistan innings, we're looking at 19 4s and 6 6s. Oh, that's a slow delivery. Deceived him. It's gone way up into the air and very well judged and taken. Wahab Riaz, the fielder. What a catch. And that's the end of the Universe Boss.
What a delivery. Yes, we talk about slower delivery. You've got to bowl the slower delivery, but you've got to bowl it this well to get somebody like Chris Gayle out. Back of the hand. It's more like a googly than a back of the hand slower delivery. And look, just couldn't pick it, Chris Gayle, but a wonderful catch at the end by Wahab Riaz. Not an easy catch when you're running backwards. Out for 22 of 21, 31 for 1 West Indies.
Chadwick Walton, the new batter in. He's already got a couple of half centuries this series. He's looked good. 188 T20 games in his career, over 3,500 runs. As of now, got a job to do here. The required run rate over 11.5. Chris Gayle starting to look dangerous. Then couldn't pick this back of the hand slower.
Just the body weight, as you see when he was looking to go up and over, the body weight just staying back. That often happens when you don't take the slower delivery and you've already went through the shot, but that was an excellent catch as well. Under pressure from Wahab Riaz, but they need one big partnership, at least a 40-50 run partnership between Walton and Smith, and quickly.
It's the last over of the power play. Really good one so far. Got a slip in place now. Almost got the slip into the picture. With that delivery missing the outside edge, not by a lot.
In the moment, Pakistan got 198. We knew it's going to be a difficult one. Again, look at the shape. Started middle, finished just outside the off stump. Beautiful to watch. But the moment West Indies had to chase 199, we knew it's going to be a tough ask. It's going to be a tall ask given the bowling attack of Pakistan, which has been by far the best bowling attack of the competition.
Yeah, for West Indies, it's been a boom or a bust. The inside edge will get a single. Another really good over.
Also, again, the intent. In the first 3 overs, there was hardly any intent from the West Indies champions. Yeah, we were thinking what they're trying to do, what sort of a game plan do they have. And if you look at the first 3 overs, there was literally nothing. In the first 4 overs, they only had 7 runs. And when you're chasing 199, you've got to show a bit more intent.
Well, I'm sure they're looking at the boundaries column there. 4s and 6s is what they're looking at. So far, 5 4s and a 6, total of 32. Last ball of the power play. No, make that another one.
Dwayne Smith has been in good form. He's got a couple of 50s in the competition. He struggled throughout, and he's one of the owners for the India champions. They are here early. There must be a lot of nervous energy in the Indian owner camp.
Oh, 100%. Big game. Semi-final against Australian champions who've looked very, very good. Oh, little extra bounce. Successful over comes to an end. 6 gone, 33 for 1.
यासिर आप मिड विकेट चले जाओ
33 for 1 after the power play. West Indian champions is second lowest so far in this comp. England against India was the lowest, I've been told. 22 for 1. Right, 6 overs done.
Were you a bit surprised when you came to the tournament? And obviously it's a Legends competition, all the retired players, but the intensity we have seen in this tournament and the way they have played, they're all playing to win. Yes, that's always the case. But the kind of spirit we have seen, the energy level from a lot of players, it's been very refreshing to see.
That's a good hit. That's a very good hit. All the way for Ease My Trip, 6. And what a start to the second power play.
That's exactly what you want. And now, as a bowler, if you got hit for a 6, the very first delivery, it's hard to come back from there in T20. Look at that, in the slot. But the way he again created that room by taking the left leg out of the way, brilliant.
Shot of a man in form. Altering his length a bit now, a little shorter. I wasn't surprised because you look at those names, you just answering your question. I wasn't surprised because they're talking about legends here. People like Afridi, they've got so much of pride in their own performance. Oh, there you go. Shot of a man in form. Second Ease My Trip maximum of the over.
Yeah, it's ridiculous how easy some players make it look. They've been struggling throughout and he comes in tongs, couple of 6s.
तमाम व्यूवर्स से गुजारिश है कि जल्दी से चैनल को सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए क्योंकि दूसरा सेमीफाइनल भी आपको इसी चैनल पर दिखाया जाएगा। कुछ ही देर में दूसरा सेमीफाइनल शुरू होने वाला है जो कि इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया की टीम के दरमियान खेला जाएगा। तो तमाम व्यूवर्स से गुजारिश है कि चैनल को जल्दी से सब्सक्राइब कर लीजिए।
After a slowish start, it's time to pick it up now, the West Indian batters. Another good over. 13 from it so far with 2 more to go. Oh, there he goes. Dwayne Smith time now. The third Ease My Trip maximum of the over. 19 so far.
And that's what we discussed. When you have the ability to hit 6s with such ease, you're never under pressure. Even if the required rate goes around that 12 mark, you've got so much confidence in your ability. And that was an unbelievable shot across the line as well, against the spin.
Ooh, got away with that. In fact, we'll get a single. 20 from that over, 53 for 1. It's a semi-final day of the Ease My Trip WCL 2024. The second semi-final, Australia champions take on India champions at this very venue, this very strip. Wicket there! Did it not hit the stumps? It sounded very woody to me. That'll be an interesting replay, that one, because I thought the stumps were off. I thought that was the end of Dwayne Smith's innings.
They probably just glued the bails in between overs. It did sound very woody. We'll have to see. It did hit the stump pretty hard and there was a massive deflection. The bells didn't even move.
Abhishek, I'm so relieved because I thought that was definitely woody there, the noise, and I'm so relieved that I'm not going deaf. Look at that. Even the middle stump moved, but not the bails.
Yeah, that's unbelievable to see.
Oh, that's a cracking shot. That's straight out of the middle.
Pressure. Pressure suddenly on the Pakistan champion bowlers. And this is how quickly the momentum can turn in T20 cricket. In the last 8 deliveries, suddenly they managed to get 25 runs.
Now you were just pointing off air, looking at the comparisons after 7.2. In fact, West Indian champions have got more runs and less wickets after 7.2. Yeah, I'm telling you what, may have started slowly West Indies, but they're looking at 4s and 6s, and when you have that kind of ability that Abhishek was mentioning before, you're never out of a T20 game. Nicely bowled. You've got to give a lot of credit to the bowlers as well. The Pakistani bowlers, they've been spot on with their line and length.
Yeah, I think what will be interesting to watch between when the spinners are on, because both these players, they love fast bowlers. They love when the ball's coming onto the bat. But yeah, in the previous over, the way they batted against Afridi, outstanding. Again, looking at that delivery. Oh, that one broke the stumps. And this one didn't even remove the bails.
Was it the same stump that they changed?
Yeah, probably they've glued it properly this time.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting. Another good delivery. Not much room to work with for the batter.
This is good cricket, sensible cricket. And Kamran Akmal, the stump in 2 pieces. And Dwayne Smith, I can tell you, bowled a lot slower than Shoaib Khan.
Yeah, it was Dwayne Smith. I'm not surprised if he broke that stump and he himself got the new set of stumps and put it there. It was him, the batter, actually, who got away with it. Wow. Yeah, maybe time for him to go pick up a lottery ticket or something.
Or maybe they have to check the stumps, because you remember when we were kids, we used to buy those stumps where the bails were always glued on. You couldn't take them off. Maybe they've just made a mistake. They have to go and try and remove the bail and see if it comes off.
Yeah, don't really get to see that often. Extremely lucky man, Dwayne Smith. Well, he's already getting ready for the next game. Yuvraj Singh has already hit the nets. A while to go for the game to start.
He's under a bit of pressure, isn't he? Yuvraj Singh.
I tell you what, reputations here. We're talking about Yuvraj Singh, one of the greatest white ball cricketers India's produced. Oh, brilliant this time! He's castled. The bails are off. And it's the danger man. The man in form, Chadwick Walton. He's on his way back.
Oh, so the bails aren't glued then. It does come off. What a Yorker. Look at that execution. Outstanding. Just tailing in. A hint of reverse at the very end from Sohail. And yeah, it's a very difficult ball to play. And a big wicket. He was looking in. Brilliant touch. Chadwick Walton out for 19. And West Indian champions 60 for 2.
Jonathan Carter, the new batter. Yeah, not a great T20 career, especially that strike rate when you look at it.
The only question is, if you got 100 with that strike rate, what was the team score? It's very. If his career strike rate is 108 and he's got 100 in T20 cricket,
Yeah, but I tell you what, against Australia, he got a 27 of 12. So he's got other gears as well, not just that one. Wahab Riaz into the attack.
Yeah, Wahab Riaz, he's another champion bowler. And look at that. That ball just tailing in, a hint of reverse. And if you want to get Chadwick Walton out, you've got to bowl something special. And that was a special delivery from Sohail.
Yeah, definitely special, that one. Almost unplayable. Right in the slot. Oh.
I mean, yeah, my daughter does all the time. Got to stay away from them. We both come from Calcutta. We had plenty of sweets growing up. But it was a bit different kind of sweet.
Oh yeah, candy floss. No matter where you go, you'll always find those, isn't it? Which part of the world you go. Right, I've got to stop looking at that now. To end of the bat.
That's a good over so far. Just 2 from the first 3. And that's what the Pakistan champions need. They need a couple of overs where they don't give too many runs. The required rate already closing in on 12 runs per over. From West Indian champions' point of view, they still wouldn't panic because they know they can change the course of the game with the 2 or 3 big overs in the middle. They're still ahead, or just behind the Pak champions.
Oh, watch it, watch it! Oh, that's the coffee shop, isn't it? They make some really good coffee. I hope they're all right. Oh. God, they've got the ball. Most importantly, is the coffee machine all right? Yeah, the coffee machine looks all right. Another Ease My Trip Maximum survives that one.
Oh, he's running away with the ball.
Somebody tell him it's not baseball. You're not allowed to keep it.
Probably a trick to just get a bit of time in the camera. Why not? But look at that.
Insurance. Yeah, Nathan there. He would need the insurance. He's got 2 dents now. 2 on the roof of that lovely coffee van. Every morning or every time I pass that van, I smell so good.
Oh, if he can do something else, he could just sell a lot more coffee to make up for those dents.
Yeah, I hope so. In the meantime, Dwayne Smith has reached 200 runs this tournament, so he's the highest run scorer now. Right top of the tree there. For West Indies, he's the highest scorer. Right, 9 overs done, 70 for 2. Yeah, 129 required of 66. 8 wickets in hand. 6. Ooh, I hope that dent's only on the van and not his pocket, Nathan's. Oh, can you see it?
Carter. He'll have to get going, I think. One boundary and over is required. You've got to be around that 9-10 mark.
Around the wicket to the left hander, starts with a wide. He's bowled really well, hasn't he? 2 for 9 in his first 2 overs.
Yeah, Kamran Akmal saying the mid-on's up, but Yunus Khan just confirming that he has kept the fielder up there. It's a different, yeah, with the left-hander, and when you got a left-arm fast bowler on over the stumps, isn't it easy to use that angle to just launch over? Probably he wants the batter to do that.
Yeah, I agree. I can use that angle if he wants to. Oh, was in the air, but in the gap. It's a good shot.
इंडिया और ऑस्ट्रेलिया का सेमीफाइनल देखने के लिए चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें.
With that angle, it's an easy shot to pick, but if you bowl short outside the off stump, you don't really need to go over mid-on. You can just cut it through backward point for a 4. That was a well-controlled boundary. And as we said, every over they need at least 1 boundary, if not 2.